Hi. Is it 1:49? Oh boy. I think it is. I think it's 1:49. Anyway, I spent all day. What did I do today? I was working on my site some more, and things. So my site, Authentic Courtney, is like, my pages are there. I think it communicates what I'm trying to do, rebuild myself, and when I figure out, when I finish rebuilding myself, I'm going to show other people how to rebuild themselves too, after going through an awakening. So, or a big change in their life. Like, I say awakening because that's what I had happen to me, but there's lots of hugely transformational experiences that people go through, and rebuilding themselves. And I have a very good friend that spent a lot of time in prison, and that's a big transformation too. So I'm always drawn to people who have stories like getting past alcoholism and trying to figure out who they are, recovering that way, or drugs, or whatever, really, because rebuilding yourself and coming from that deep dark place is really, really hard. And so yeah, I honestly think that I'm like recovering from from men, from like uh, what is it, abandoning myself for another person. And I think that's all stemmed from my childhood, and views that I learned then. But it's okay. I'm not saying it from a victim. I'm saying it like, I think I'm finally past the programming that held me back. And like, I just want to love the people that I love, and the people that make me feel loved. And I want to do the things that I love, collect the rocks that I love, and share the rocks that I love. So that leads me to my website. I am challenging myself to sell 50 rocks first, and then I have this thing where I say, what do you do when you're at rock bottom and trying to get on your feet? And it's like, well, you sell rocks and feet pictures. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing them on my website. So tomorrow I think I will put, I still have to put like singular rocks out there. I've been building the guts of my webpage, and tomorrow I need to add like singular rocks and things like that. So every day it's growing a little bit, but tomorrow I'm shifting into products and services, and I'm just going to keep, what will Courtney do or sell for money? It's basically what it is, because I feel like I have a lot to give, but I don't really fit into a box. So I'm just going to make my own little menu and my own little store and website of the things that I offer. And that's how I'm going to change my life. And I'm going to spread all of my rocks out, I'm going to share my love. Got a little tongue tied there. I'm going to share my love. And, when I was looking for rocks, it was something I loved to do. And when I was, collecting rocks, finding rocks, it was always something I loved to do. But I haven't given a lot of them away. I haven't shared a lot of them. I've sold a few. I've given them away, like when people lost somebody, or I gave a thank you note to somebody once, and she had just like lost her mom, and she thought it was really more special, because she thought it was her mom. And I thought that was really cool, and I want to do more of that. I want to do more of that. I just spent 3 years not feeling a lot of love and not giving a lot of love. The whole 3 years, my life has been really, really very much in survival mode, and financially I'm still not out of what you would consider survival mode. So I, all of my focus is going on, my website and earning money, because that will give me the freedom to do the things that I want. And I have plans. I put it on my website so you can kind of follow along, but I have a lot of projects and goals. And basically, like, I always wanted a place. I used to call it a healing center, and I realized that probably gives you like the wrong view of it. Basically, what I want to do is just have a place where I live, and probably somewhere in the desert where it's far away and has an open sky, because I really like open skies, and there's probably going to be rocks around there, because I'm probably going to collect rocks and share heart rocks for the rest of my life. Maybe I have a goal just to have shared the most heart rocks ever. And maybe that will fuel my mission. And I have a mission. I want to build this place that I'm going to live at, and then I'm going to invite people there and help them rebuild their lives too. After, of course, I figure it out. And it's not going to be like a halfway house. It's going to be like, maybe I did maybe we do I don't know, 50 days, because 50 is like my number. Maybe we do like 50 days of living in this community where there's, other people that are all growing, and it's not like a commune. It's just like people who are high vibration, have gone through awakenings, need other people to feed off of, and they're all rebuilding their lives. So it's like you create like a little hive, because what I've realized in living in an RV park is, in any RV park, there's a certain percentage of people who are dying, like actively dying. And at least everyone I've been in. And then there's a certain percentage of people who are just hanging out. There's some people that are working, and there's, some people who are just hanging out, and some people who are just really struggling. And because I'm so sensitive, I feel all of that. So my fantasy is to be around, a handful of people doing the same thing, so that we can kind of co-create together. And it's not like a commune or like a thing, but it would be really, really cool if everybody was like, building in public, so we could show other people how to grow and get out of their thing. So that's like my thing. That's what I've wanted to do. I feel like, yes, I had this, like, everything kind of went sideways and I need to reset, but like, I'm very concerned about resetting in like somebody else's space, you know what I mean? Because then I just lost myself for 3 years when I was around another person, and I'm very aware of like people's routines and like the energy of somebody being around somebody else all the time. I know this sounds a little woo, but if you're around people like you who have routines and habits and things, I don't know that that's going to affect me in the best of ways, because I'm not really trying to conform. I'm trying to build something that doesn't exist. And it's all in my mind, and I feel like trying to go into like somebody else's house or residence, like if I had a roommate, or like my mom is like, well, you can come home, you can stay with me, and I'm like, that would be great, because I love my mom, and I have not seen my mom in 3 years, but like what I want to do is go and stay with my mom and then know where I'm going after that. I'm really scared to like not know. And as I'm saying it, I'm questioning myself, like, well, is that letting it flow, Courtney? Well, I don't know. I mean, I can make money in Vegas. I know that I can do that. But I just don't know. There's a lot of things up in the air. So I don't know what the next step is, but the next step is that I need to start putting goals out there and trying to sell my t-shirts and rocks and talk sessions, and keep building my other site, my Kate site, and just keep moving forward, and putting the energy into that, and attracting, my next move. And that's what I'm doing. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing. That's my little update. I try to do these every day because I feel like my life is changing rapidly, but also to make me accountable. And right now, sometimes they're a little bit of a struggle to do, and other times they're not. But I want to be accountable. I'm accountable to me. I'm gonna start, like, what I want to do is start like 50 days being accountable, but I'm already being accountable, and it's like day 11. So do I start tomorrow and be like day 1, or do I start tomorrow and be like it's day 12? So I'm just a little bit, every day I get a little bit better. I've been doing yoga the last 2 days, and trying to do a lot of like self-care things. I've been reading, I've been meditating a lot, I've been switching up my meditations, and overall I feel good. I still have some storms, and I don't want to stress myself out, because then it puts me in a bad mindset. But I need to figure it out. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I'm kind of at a crossroads. I really don't love this lifestyle. I don't love living in a park, and I don't love the city I'm in. So obviously, I need to figure it out. So do I put my trailer in storage? Do I come back for it? My whole life is in storage, but do I just go, okay, I'm just gonna go back to Ohio, and at some point I'll get a car and a truck or whatever and figure it out? Or do I take care of all this stuff? And then that's the other thing too. It was 111 fucking degrees today. So, and I don't have a car, and I'm like, the storage unit is a mile away. And before I moved here, I was like, well, I can walk over there, because I walk a mile a day all the time. I walk several miles a day with my dog. I could just walk over there and work in the storage unit. Well, my phone's giving me problems. My phone basically does not work unless it's connected to Wi-Fi. I was going to send it in for repair, but then I will not have a phone at all, and then I wasn't sure how I was going to pick it up. So, I have some weird fucking problems. I've never not had a car. I've just never been in this position. So it's really annoying, because things that shouldn't be a big deal are a big deal, because you don't have the resources. But I'm really practicing my gratitude, and from everything that I understand, there's a lot of people who are very wealthy and have figured it out after experiencing something similar to what I'm going through, and that's what I feel like. So if you're going through something, that's what we have to look forward to. We just have to figure it out. So I'm going to share as many tips and things that I learn as I can. All right. It's on the up and up from here. So I hope you're sticking with me, because you're going to see a new me. It takes a lot of balls. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just thinking, wow, there are so many times I would have never done something like this and been telling the world, yeah, I'm going to change my life. And, basically I've probably been saying that for a couple of years. And honestly, I didn't understand what was happening, and now I do. I think that when I was, I just get it now. I just get it now. And I'm better, and I'm clear. I'm not, not arguing with somebody every 3 days. So life is good. Okay. I'm going to smile. I'm going to smile real nice. Smile real nice, because I'm trying to make my Courtney smile real nice. Laugh. That's good. Because my what do I want to say? My thumbnails always look so bad. Okay, I'm being goofy. I'm delirious because I'm in front of the computer all day. If you get a chance, go to AuthenticCourtney.com. I have some rocks out there. Tomorrow I'm going to put individual rocks out there. And t-shirts. I have t-shirts. My store itself is not in the best. This here, now I'm telling you it's bad. But I still got a lot of organization to do. But it's just me, and I'm I've built a couple of websites in my life, but I don't know that I'm like a website builder, and I really don't know a whole lot about what I'm doing. I'm just basically like stumbling through it and then asking ChatGPT. So, yeah. But anyway, buy a t-shirt, buy a rock. What else do I have on there? I have creosote bundles. I have a lot of different things. There's Talk with Courtney sessions. If you can't find them, just use the search bar in there because I'm still working on it. Okay? I will talk to you soon. Probably tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, evening. Good night.